Black Joy Found.
Ooh, Cora, I think we'll have to start over because I didn't press record yet. Sorry.
Okay, give me 5 seconds. Hold on.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Like, oops, I forgot to press that.
Hey, you guys, and welcome back to the Kora Speaks podcast. I have the pleasure of speaking with Kayla Pace. Kayla is the founder of Black Joy Foundation. Hi, Kayla. How are you today?
Hey, Cora, I am blessed. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am 30 years old. I just turned 30 as of October. So that's
Oh,
very new. Other than that, I'm also an employee, so I work for the United Way, which is a nonprofit organization. I also have my own nonprofit, the Black Joy Foundation, which has been in existence since 2021 officially. Prior to that, we were fulfilling our mission of amplifying, cultivating, and supporting Black youth and reaching their fullest potential for about 5 years now. So I'm really, really grateful and excited to officially be a nonprofit as of 2021.
okay. So tell me a little bit about your nonprofit and congratulations.
Thank you. So, like I mentioned, our mission is supporting Black youth, and we have done that through a program called the Black Boy Joy program. And it targets young men ages 9 to 12. And our young men are split up into teams and they compete. But their competition is focused in on our pillars, pillars that I recognize from working in the school system, several different school systems actually, and working with youth, that these are specific pillars that our young men need to develop and grow in. So our pillars are financial and economic literacy, teamwork and leadership, um, financial, oh, I did say financial and economic self-actualization and life skills. So they grow throughout the week now. We have a week-long program and in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And so they grow and they develop. They're competing. So that's a lot of fun for these young men, especially that age group. And they're able to matriculate through the program. So we have young men that started in our program, specifically in South Carolina in 2021, and they've aged out. So they're 16, 17, but they're still able to come back as what we call junior coaches. So they go from participant to a junior coach, and then they can become an employee as well. So since it's just a summer program, that typically works well for people with their, summer schedules and whatnot. So it's really, really nice to track our kiddos, to see how they're doing in life, to follow up with them, follow up with their parents. So we really keep a close-knit, tight-knit community.
Okay. So what has some of the impact, what do you think your impact is when it comes to this organization for the young boys?
Um, well, our impact is I've really been able to see change and growth in our young men. So I firstly noticed it when we were just doing a 1 day. So that's where we started. We started the Black Boy Joy retreat with a 1 day program. And so again, still targeting the same age group, but I would see young men transform. So they would come in a little shy, a little uncomfortable. We always give them a survey that kind of explains a little bit about who they are, things that they're interested in. And by the end of the day, I would see tremendous growth. So they would come in just seeing that they're interested in video games, they're really clinging to their parent, but by the end of the day, they're having a good time. They're one of the top competitors on their team, and they're just come out of their shell, I guess. So now as we transition to a weekday program, it's really a blessing to see these young men just grow and thrive. So I'm just really grateful to be a part of it.
Okay, okay. And so um are the services more so in South Carolina? Is it virtual or do you have different cities or states that you target as well?
Yeah, excellent question. So we really began in South Carolina, like established it as our hub for us
Okay,
because I went to South Carolina State University for grad school.
okay,
And the community just surrounded me and covered me of support and love. I always tell people that I came in with a program, I left out with a nonprofit.
mm,
So I was really blessed and just supported. So we still go back there to host our summer camp. This year, well, excuse me, next year, we will be transitioning to having it not only in South Carolina, but also in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio. That is a big location for us as well because we have so many board members that live there. So our board members are kind of all over. So between South Carolina, Georgia, I live out in Texas and Ohio. So because we have quite a few, the same amount in Ohio as we do in South Carolina, they've been advocating for Ohio as well. And we've had it in Ohio. It's just prior to us being a nonprofit.
okay, okay. And so you said you started or you launched the organization back in 2021.
Yes. So we officially launched in 2021 when I graduated from South Carolina State University, actually. So throughout my tenure at SC State, I was just able to really learn and grow and develop. I had the idea. We had hosted the program in two different locations. We had hosted in Oakland, California, and also in Columbus, Ohio, while I was in school. And then throughout my time there, I had some really good mentors and some really good support, community support, where they are able to assist me and show me that, okay, this is actually a nonprofit idea, and this is something that you could be much more effective doing, not just in this community, but throughout the world.
Okay. And so you did mention life skills. Talk a little bit about some of those skills that those young men, those young boys, are able to develop as a result of being in the organization.
Okay. So, one thing that I noticed and learned in my experience with working in the school system is that our young men are not exposed to as much as we would like them to be. But they're not
Right.
exposed to as many career fields and opportunities as is realistic for life. And they're kind of a little bit tunnel vision, focusing on the way to success is playing a sport or acting or some sort of entertainment industry field. And so I began to expose them to other things. It starts with our staff. So we have staff from all over, but then we also provide them with, like you said, skills. So we provide them with gardening. A gardening workshop or game, more so. It's better to call it a game because that's what it is for the kids, especially. So gardening is one of our huge areas that we've really targeted our kiddos. And they really enjoy it. So they not only they find seeds, they plant seeds, they get to see them grow throughout the week-long program. And it's really a good time for them to not only learn a little bit about gardening, about nature, but to also have fun while doing it.
Okay. And it sounds like it gives them an opportunity, to be exposed to other things. Of course, a lot of the young boys, they love to play the games and they love to sit
Mhm.
around and snack and stuff, but it sounds like you guys want more for them and you're opening up doors for them and things of that nature.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So yeah, they enjoy it. Another skill that we teach them is coping skills. So
Okay.
we incorporate mental health agencies from the area. So wherever we are, Columbus and/or Orangeburg, we incorporate those mental health agencies. NAMI is one that we plan to partner with next year in Columbus, and they provide those resources and that support for our kiddos. So not necessarily counseling, but to provide a workshop specifically on these are some ways of that you can regulate your emotions. These are some ways that you can de-escalate when something is taking place versus the kind of negative route of just using your hands or arguing or getting into a fight with someone. So we teach them at a young age. Our goal is to teach them at a young age how they can better kind of develop through life. So that's also a skill that we focus on.
Okay. Okay. And it sounds like, they started out maybe, a little shy or not, knowing a whole lot. And then would you say they become more confident and, you know, just having the will to do more or to be a part of things more as a result of the organization?
Yes, definitely. So, since just becoming a nonprofit in 2021, that's part of our curriculum. So, is not only tracking our students and not just providing a week-long summer camp during the summer, but tracking them throughout the school year as well. So, next year, our hope is to also launch after school program. So, we plan again to focus in on Orangeburg first to start off and to follow up with our kiddos and to be able to kind of incorporate our own way of implementing our pillars again still, while also exposing our kiddos. So our hope is to have a internship program where we
Okay.
partner with our local businesses in the area. So we have lots of good partnerships, not for funding purposes, but also
Mhm.
to partner with them in the form of one of our kiddos has showed some tremendous interest in car sales. So wanting to go into the car industry and seeing what that's like for them. So of course when they're of age, so since they kind of start off at 9 years old, they're pretty young. So we're tracking them, we're learning, we're growing with them and
Okay.
focusing in on our pillars. But we really, our main goal of the after school program is to get them not only up to speed with their other peers, but above. So we want to focus in on math and reading because those are
Oh,
two areas that our black and our brown boys really need to focus in on, often fall
okay.
behind.
And I was going to mention that, especially with the reading and literacy, those skills are so important at that young age because
Exactly.
it can just shape them better and help them to develop more. Even with math, they can become mathematicians, going into different fields in the science industries and things of that nature.
Definitely, definitely. So yeah, that's our goal.
Okay. Why is entrepreneurship important to you?
Well, I think because well, my first job when I graduated from undergrad, I just did not love it. And I know that's not a good, the best reason to, I turned out to just not be a good employee as well. But one thing that I learned through that is that this isn't really the route that I want to stay in. I don't want to stay as someone's employee for the rest of my life. I really began to grow in just entrepreneurship desires. So it started off as a for-profit. I was selling T-shirts in California, and just it started to grow as I began to walk in that. And so going to grad school and coming with that heart desire of, well, I just see a problem or a challenge, more so is how I saw it with our young Black boys. And at that point, we had already done the Black Boy Joy in California. And so I was like, well, I came with this idea and I just realized that I was in the right space, so I just continue to walk in that. So I know that that's something that just not only fills me up, but I've been able to see the impact that's had on the community, not only our target audience, our participants, our young men, but also their families. So just the joy that they're able to experience from participating in the Black Boy Joy program and being involved in the Black Boy Joy program is just it's a blessing. So I'm just like, well, I'm going to keep walking in that and keep striving towards whatever the next step is in this entrepreneurship journey. Is it definitely comes with ebbs and flows. It definitely comes with some things that I realized I took advantage of as an employee. Just, you're going to get paid every 2 weeks or whatever it may look like once a month. but I love it, you know. It fills me. It fills me with joy to know that I'm doing something that is impactful, doing something that brings me happiness and brings others joy. So I like it.
Okay. How does your faith shape you and your business, your organization?
Well, I have to maintain it. I have to maintain it. And even as I was preparing today, I was reading Hebrews 10:35. Do not throw away your confidence, it will be richly rewarded. So I was just being reminded like this definitely comes with ebbs and flows. Sometimes it kind of is it's challenging, to be honest. It is challenging trying to convince people of supporting a good thing. Um, Trying to not only get the funding, but also get the participation. Usually that's not as challenging, but you know, everything comes with its own cost and also just trusting God with the process of so I'm supposed to be working kind of two jobs at once essentially. And just if I have that desire, if he's directing, ordering my steps, as the word says, then I just get up and I keep doing it again. So yeah, I think that you know, not to grow weary in well doing too is another one, but I also have to get that encouragement and sometimes those words of yeah, those words of encouragement from my team, from my family, good friends. So that really has helped me a lot with just yes, my own faith, but also kind of uh adopting someone else's for the time because sometimes it's not easy to just keep it all myself and to know that I have it. I don't always have it.
Okay. So if there is, a parent who would like to sign up their son or even, a grandparent or whatever the case may be, and they would like to sign them up for the organization, can you talk briefly about what that process is like, to find out if they're a good fit for the organization, or to see if they even just meet those, requirements?
Yes, of course. So definitely, if you're in the Ohio region, I'll say, I was going to say Columbus, Ohio, but that's where we plan to have our event next year. One of our events, we're going to have the 1 day retreat in Columbus, Ohio, and we're going to have the week long in Orangeburg, South Carolina. So if you're in the South Carolina region, we've had someone come as far as North Carolina to South Carolina for the event. So if you're in this that region, then come on out. One thing that we can also say is that we are on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Please look up our website www.theblackjoyfoundation.net. So please make sure you put that "the" in there. And yeah, we will start recruiting for next year's event probably around March of next year. And so really excited and grateful. Of course, that age group is very important as well. So that 9 to 12-year-old young men if they are 13 years or older, we can still involve them. 13-year-olds is best that they still involve as a participant at least 1 year, and then they can be able to participate as a junior coach. So in a leadership role. So that's the most exciting part is that we are sticking with our kids. Once we see that growth and that self-actualization initiated, then we're sticking with them until the age of 18 at least, at minimum, and hopefully they'll return as employees.
Okay. Okay. And so what does that process look like once they complete the program and then they become an employee? Are they doing more internships? Are they helping on the admin side or?
So, of course, it could definitely help. We, since we, it's just a few years into the making. None of our kids have graduated yet, so that's one of the pros and cons, I guess, something that we're learning. So our hope is that we'll see it. We'll be able to see it full circle. So we have some kiddos that they have been able to transition from participants until now they're junior coaches, and so then we'll be able to see them as employees probably in about 2 years. So we're really excited about that. And then if they are still within the area, if they still live in the area, then we're hopeful that they could work on the admin side. But if not, then we're just excited to see them hopefully be able to return during the summer as an employee. But yeah, there is a point. One of my kind of mentors, entrepreneur mentors, had shared with me is that there's a point where you have to know when your program is complete and when you pass them on to the next. So I'm like, well, if that's the time to pass them on, then is the time. Yeah, I'm grateful for the ability to be in their life for the amount of time that I have been.
Okay. So I have a few more questions and then I'm going to wrap it up. What is your passion?
So my passion lies in working with youth, specifically in their education
Okay.
and in the community. So I do like the youth, specifically that age group, I guess I'll say. So up
Okay.
until 18 is technically youth. And I do like working with them and seeing them matriculate. So when I first moved to Texas, I was working at college as academic advisor. So I was again still in alignment. So that's something I've been in prayer about is just being in alignment always. With something that has to do with my passion. So even if it's not my entrepreneurship endeavors, that's my paycheck. I'm still able to be in alignment. So working with these young people, seeing them matriculate, seeing them or assist them in making a strategic plan for their life. So whatever that looks like in college at a university, and then being able to assist them however they'll look in their life so that they can be successful.
Okay. What do you like to do for fun?
Oh, good question. I have a puppy, and he will be 2 in January, and I absolutely love playing with him. I
Okay.
love just spending time with him. It kind of helps me to just get away mentally, take him on a walk or something like that. And since he's so playful as a puppy, then that's always a good time. I do like nature walks. I like just taking a moment, not really working out, but just taking a moment and taking a mental break is really nice as well for me. So those are always the two main things I enjoy doing.
Okay. And do you have any advice for anyone who would like to start a a nonprofit or an organization? So that's the first part. And then the second part of that is, do you have any advice for any young boys who may need mentorship or who just need some guidance and things of that nature?
So anyone that's thinking of going in the entrepreneurship route, I would say don't stop, don't quit was the first part, but yeah, don't stop and don't quit. I think that if it is a passion, if it is something that is just a seed planted on your heart that you know you didn't put it there. So that's definitely how I feel about the Black Joy Foundation. I know I didn't come up with this for nothing. I have two younger sisters. And so
Mhm.
I have no sort of uh tie to young Black boys other than, this is just something that God had laid on my heart. So because of that, I feel like I can't stop. But it's also something that is just there, it's just always, I know that even if I quit for a moment or I say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. That's just something that's planted on my heart. So I love it, and I love to help and to assist the community and provide these resources. So I would say don't stop, and just to continue to live, and you'll see the flourishing of everything that you've been praying for, that you've been putting the work in for. You're gonna see it eventually, even in little spurts. So it will be seen. And the second part of the question, I don't really remember. If you could ask it one more time.
Just asking about the advice that you may have for young boys who
Oh yeah.
need that tip and that guidance.
Yes, yes, yes. So, I think that's a tough one because growing up as a little girl, There's certain programs, there's certain support, with sports, even in the community that may not be available for a young man. So what I would say is start with what you have. So if perhaps maybe there's a father figure in your life. Maybe you do have a father in your life. Maybe there's a coach. Maybe there's a teacher that you just really appreciate and just go ahead and begin spending some time with them. I think that's one thing that I've noticed in my personal life is that you don't always have to officially have the title of they're my mentor. This is just someone that I can talk to no matter what. I can call, I can text them. I know that they're going to respond. So it's just someone that I feel comfortable around. Doesn't have to officially say that's my mentee and I'm their mentor. It doesn't have to officially be like that, but this is someone that I feel comfortable with that I can confide in. And so take advantage of those. There is someone in your life that you feel that connection with. And so to go ahead and say, let me go ahead and start talking with them about some real things that are taking place in my life. Ask them about their job, ask them about their family, get to know them a little bit and see if this is someone that you can just continue. Sometimes you have to seek after them, especially if it's an unofficial relationship. Sometimes you don't have the official title, so you just have to continue to seek after them and to call them, and they're checking on you as well. But just to get that encouragement that one day I can continue to live and to grow and to move towards these next goals I have in life.
Okay, okay. And so, is there anything else that you would like to say about your organization or just about being that mentor to young students and young children?
I think that I just know that this is something that I love. That's something that I receive a lot of joy. I give a lot of joy. And so we'll continue to do it. We'll continue to grow and to uh, hit the next city, wherever that may be, or the next state. So yeah, I think that the young men that we have been able to influence and impact thus far, like I said, to see them grow and to see the change, to see that even though we're still developing, we're still going to produce an after school program next year, I've been able to see them grow even without our hand on their lives. So it's just a blessing to be a part of it hand in hand. So with us being able to witness something, with them being able to be a part of our organization is mutually beneficial. So I'm just really grateful to have this vision and to be a part of this organization. So thank you, Miss Cora.
Okay. You're welcome. Um, do you have any particular future goals for the organization?
Um, well, other than our after school program that we will launch next year, or next school year, I'll say, or we plan to continue to grow and expand. So Columbus, we plan to not, it's gonna circle back as a one day, but we'll expand to a week long. And yeah, I guess just to continue take it step by step. I believe that, God doesn't put more on us than we can bear. And He knows that I would kind of probably just get way too excited. So I'm definitely taking it little by little when it comes to okay, the vision. And right now I can just see as far as next year, as far as the specifics, I would say. Overall, in the long term, I see us being an overnight camp. I see us doing tremendous things with our youth, but it definitely takes that grit and determination and stick with it. So, yeah.
And you mentioned it earlier. This is the last one. How can people follow you guys on social media to keep up with you, to get more information? So you can mention your social media platforms as well as your website again.
Okay, so our social media is going to be under the Black Joy Foundation. So we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and our website is www.thebjf theblackjoyfoundation.net. So that's where we are located online as well. And that's where students or participants can go to learn some more information about who we are, about where we're going to be located in the upcoming year. So yes, feel free to look us up, and volunteers can go on there to look into how to get involved. So yeah, that's definitely the way to go.
Okay. All right then. Well, thank you so much again, Miss
Thank
Kayla, for
you.
allowing me to be able to interview you and to learn more about Black Joy, the Black Joy Foundation. Wishing you guys the absolute best in your future endeavor. And
Thank you
thank you
so much.
for the young men. And I know they're being greatly impacted and learning so much about um, life skills and things that they need.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you again, Miss Cora. I really, really appreciate this.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Too.